Hi, Trent here from the Advice Advantage. I'm going to share with you today the Advice Advantage game plan, in which we're going to lay out a specific plan for you to harness the advice or expertise that's already within your organization in a way that my clients have over the last 20 plus years. The idea here is that we're going to show you how you can easily add 20 to 30K per month to your advice, consulting, or service business in the next 90 days. And we've got a guarantee on how you can do this. So let's jump in. So welcome to the Advice Advantage game plan. The Advice Advantage system helping advisors, consultants, and service providers to leverage their unique advice to capitalize on the new recession by saving them money and delivering new clients like clockwork, even during financially uncertain times. So my goal today is to show you how to use this new system to continue to fill up your business with new high quality clients and maximize this unique opportunity that advisors, consultants, and service-based experts have been waiting for. For example, this is Matt. So Matt founded a peer-to-peer lending company. He needed to hit some ambitious growth targets in a fairly low margin environment. The traffic was weak and prospects weren't staying engaged online. And this was hampering Matt's lead generation. Our team restructured the website to target specific niche needs, implemented automated email campaigns, and created niche-related content to continuously engage and nurture leads on autopilot. As a result, within 12 months, Matt's company experienced a 155% increase in year-over-year traffic, generating over 4,000 leads per month and sustaining a surge in borrowers. Now, another case study was NatWest Bank, where I worked on the team that did the digital transformation with one of the world's biggest digital agencies, Sapient Nitro. Now, when we were working on NatWest, the bank had a website that had become disorganized over the years, wasn't generating enough new business. And the chaotic structure of the website prevented it from delivering the right content to the right prospects. And so it wasn't really generating the leads that it could. Our team at Sapient restructured the site to sort visitors by life stages. So, for example, school leaver, first home buyer, or empty nester. And then we created systems that delivered tailored content and offers depending upon which life stage you were in. This approach significantly boosted engagement and it improved the conversion of prospects into customers while also upselling existing clients to new financial products. Another example, this is Richard. So Richard is a former MD at Google, really smart guy, launched an AI startup and needed to bring their revolutionary tech to the attention of the right audience. Now, the market had limited understanding of AI at the time, it was several years ago, making it difficult to explain through short form content alone. So we used short form content to capture interest and drive traffic, followed by long form content like white papers to educate the audience. The fast track content strategy led to significant growth, securing further funding at strong valuations and boosting market recognition for Richard's AI company. Another example is TAL. TAL Insurance is one of the country's leading life insurers with over 5 million customers. They face challenges standing out and generating loyalty in a highly regulated market. Now, TAL struggled to differentiate themselves and build customer loyalty in this crowded, regulated insurance industry. So we implemented the fast track content process, creating a mix of helpful insights and inspirational stories for social media, promotional content, and articles. As a result, TAL was able to quickly produce and share helpful and engaging content. TAL saw a significant boost in social media engagement, which fed into their sales funnel, driving higher conversions, building brand loyalty, and creating measurable business growth. But look, before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. I've already tried this digital marketing so many times. What makes this different? It's really not an uncommon question, and it's completely understandable. So let's take a look at what makes this different. So first of all, I've got 2 award-winning decades at the pinnacle of the highly regulated and highly competitive finance sector and a a broad breadth of other brands as well. So everything from consumer electronics to FMCG to television, automotive vehicles, all sorts of things, but particularly in the financial services space. Perhaps 80% of my clients have been banking and financial services brands, including many of the world's leading brands. This isn't all of them; it's just a smattering. And just a little aside, all of these clients have always said nice things because ultimately I bring really broad experience in the digital marketing space. So that's covered everything from digital ads to broader campaigns, through the line campaigns, and ultimately in workshops, optimizing how corporate clients leverage their expertise inside of their campaigns. So this is teaching my attract, connect, lead systems for packaging and sharing knowledge. In this photo here, I'm teaching it to over 120 key subject matter experts in the UK's NatWest Bank back in 2015. But apart from all that, there's one thing that puts my team and I in a league of our own. And that is in 2014, I founded Belasco & Co. Art Investment Office in Mayfair, London. This was built on working partnerships with ultra high net and high net worth service providers, where I became an advisor to the advisors. So in this shot here, I'm an expert panelist on art and collectibles, talking about special purpose vehicles based investment strategies for art, addressing an audience of wealth management and family office experts and advisors. And so I became very familiar with how to market your advice and your expertise. And really, what was quite interesting was the merging of these two passions. So, passion for the art world and business of art and advice, with my passion for digital marketing and the extensive expertise. Those two came together, and that's really the unique foundation that underpins everything that myself and my agency do today. So, quick bio, the creative mind behind numerous award-winning campaigns, including the Palme d'Or at Cannes Cyber Lions, served hundreds of advisors, consultants, and experts from Sydney to London, guest speaker and panelist at various events from Spears to DC Finance, coach to dozens of advisors, consultants, and business owners. And we use systems that are engineered with advisors for advisors. So I've mastered and built this system that I'm sharing with you today over many years, working with advisors, consultants, and service experts. And this uncommon experience has allowed me to develop a uniquely valuable strategy for advisors, consultants, and service experts. It offers a unique, scalable advice models and frameworks combined with a powerful triage and pay-ahead system combination that gets rid of price shopping tire kickers and gives us the highest quality clients compared to every other agency. Plus, other agencies generally average an under 50% show-up rate. Our automated systems generate up to a 90% plus show-up rate. So this practically guarantees clients in the door as long as you follow the system to a T and you put in the work. So, for example, this is Rob. Rob founded an online small business lender, faced challenges standing out against the bigger, more established competitors. The company struggled to efficiently generate and convert qualified leads. They were wasting time on unqualified leads. So our team helped fine-tune their funnel, optimizing lead generation and conversion strategies to focus on qualified prospects and streamline the entire process. Within 12 months, Rob's company saw a 91% increase in site visits and a 79% boost in site conversions. Now, something really similar was with Volkswagen. Volkswagen had high brand awareness, but they needed measurable results from their digital ad campaigns. They were spending loads of money on digital ads and getting a lot of engagement, but they lacked a tangible metric to track, and brand awareness alone wasn't enough to measure the KPIs effectively. So we created an online ad campaign promoting a car for the weekend competition with a follow-up thank you page that encouraged visitors to book a test drive and asked a few qualifying questions to capture the hot leads. As a result, Volkswagen saw the highest uptake of test drives from a digital campaign ever, winning several awards, including the Australian Direct Marketing Awards and the Effectiveness Award at Volkswagen's own Global Awards ceremony. But times are different now. And I think we all know how different times have become in the last year or two. A global recession is on the horizon, if not here already. And if you ask any cab driver or talk to most people these days, I think everyone will agree that times are certainly getting a lot leaner. So, what does this mean for you and your business? Well, it means more than ever, you must adapt and take a leap. And you're going to need to get really strategic about how you market your business and how you bring in new clients. So, over 20 years of doing this, I've had extensive experience helping clients to harness their advice and their expertise and transform their digital marketing results. But no matter how much experience I can claim, it all comes down to results. And of course, the proof that these systems have been able to get these results for so many others. So, for example, this is Paul. Paul founded an online small loan provider specializing in loans for people with less than perfect credit, let's say. The company's prospect qualification and sales processes were restricting their ability to scale the business because they were heavily manual and not as efficient and streamlined as they could be. So our team revamped their prospect attraction and sales processes, introducing more targeted content and a revised website structure based on scaled sales principles. We streamlined and automated key parts of the sales funnel to improve the efficiency. Within 7 months, Paul's company saw a 490% year over year growth in borrower accounts, allowing them to handle a larger volume of business and achieve substantial growth. Now, something quite similar at a much larger scale was Credit Suisse when I came in to help on the Robo Advisor program. Credit Suisse, no introductions necessary, I'm sure, an international wealth management firm, struggled with a slow process of gathering personal information from high net worth prospects. Now, HNW clients, as you'll know if you deal with them, they're hesitant to share personal details, and this was slowing down the process for relationship managers or RMs to tailor their proposals. So we developed a robo advice platform that provided personalized investment strategies in exchange for prospects' personal information. So as prospects shared more, the platform delivered instant, tailored advice, helping to build trust and ease the process of gathering detailed client information. The automation streamlined the sales process, enabling Credit Suisse to scale their wealth management offerings, resulting in improved client acquisition and satisfaction. Let's be honest though, for most advice based businesses today, even big institutions like Credit Suisse, the days of plenty of hiring overpriced marketing agencies or relying on referrals and repeat business and signing new clients with ease are pretty much over. Advisors, consultants, and service experts across the world right now are being impacted in a very big way. And as the economy worsens, the businesses that don't adapt are going to struggle with fewer new clients, current clients cancelling, and if that trend continues, then ultimately having to let go of your team and eventually the business being shut down. But again, for those who adapt to the new normal, there's not just hope, but there is actually considerable opportunity. As the Harvard Business Review stated, companies that were able to increase share of voice by maintaining or increasing their advertising spending captured market share from weaker rivals. What's more, they did it at lower cost than when times were good. So this is obviously speaking of in a market downturn. On average, increases in marketing spending during a recession have boosted financial performance throughout the year following the recession. So the evidence is very clear. The point is those who take the time to adapt to the market and follow the right proven strategies to capitalize on these difficult times will thrive. Now, my strategies are designed for advisors, consultants, and service experts to do just that because your advice and expertise, structured and leveraged correctly, can create the most potent and scalable client generating machine. So let's take a look at exactly how. And let's do some work on your strategy so that you can see what I mean in a way that can actually help you. So here we're looking at the foundation of our system. It's called the seven-figure advice model. And as you can see, it's divided into three phases. There's the attract phase, there's the connect phase, and there's the lead phase. Now, the attract phase, as you can imagine, is where you're attracting qualified leads into your world, into your orbit. The connect phase is where you start to build connections with these leads and you start to develop real relations based on authority, based on trust, and based on value. And then ultimately, the third piece is the lead piece, where you lead these prospects into the sale and onto their promised land, onto the results that you promise. And when we look closer and we zoom in on these three phases, you can see there are three steps to each one. And each of these come together in the seven-figure advice model and provide the 9 key steps that underpin really everything we do. Now, if we look at our two cliffs model, this is really the key behind creating our framework, our 9-step framework that's called the Genius model. And the key questions to ask are, what are the problems at hand for your clients? And what is the promised land for your clients? So, for example, if we look at our model, the problems at hand for our clients and our prospects are generally an unscalable offer and processes that don't allow them really to scale. And then poor lead flow, so relying too much on unstable lead generation strategies, or none at all, just waiting for referrals and repeat business, which is the worst situation. And the third challenge that a lot of our clients deal with is difficult sales. So their sales systems are often geared for dealing with referrals or repeat business, and they have no idea how to convert cold digital leads, and so they think all their digital leads are horrible. And ultimately, our clients are generally stuck in that one-to-one delivery, which is, for some it's necessary, but for many, there are ways that we can really shift into a one-to-many. So they're the problems at hand that a lot of our clients deal with. Now, the key is to say, well, what is the opposite of each of those? And when we say that, we can easily come up with the promised land that our system can deliver. And so the first is to move from an unscalable offer to an easily scalable offer. The second is to shift from poor lead flow to hot leads on tap. The next is to shift from difficult sales to effortless sales. Now, these are fairly simple changes, and it's really just using these as the target and as the end state for knowing what we want our system to deliver. Ultimately, it's from being stuck in one-to-one to delivering your service and even selling in that one-to-many format. So this is one of the key concepts when it comes to creating your simple, scalable signature system. Now, let's have a look at this framework and think about your clients' problems at hand. So if you were to think about what are the 3 or 4 core problems that my client faces when they come to me, and really we want to niche this down to one ideal client avatar. So it's the more we can niche this down to one client avatar, then the more we can create a system, whether it's just information or it's a service delivery, that is going to add real value, real tangible value to that niche. The broader your niche, the harder it is to systemize your value. So I want to really dial that in and ask, for this niche, what are the problems at hand? So having had to think about the problems at hand, simply take those problems and then write down, well, what's the opposite of each of those? So if you've got the three or 4 problems there, just take problem number 1 and think, well, what's the opposite of that? And put that in as your promised land list. And once you've got these 2 lists sort of established, you really have the beginning of your own 9-step genius model. Now, once you've created this genius model, you're then coming into the beginning of what we call the alchemized system, and that's where you have this process here. So in the middle, we have advice clients, and so this is ultimately the deliverable that our clients want. In the red writing here, it's those core challenges that I mentioned on the problems at hand cliff that prevent them from getting the advice clients before they come to us. And then after they come to us, this green text here, this is the promised land that we looked at in the 2 cliffs model. And then once we've got these identified, it becomes very easy to say, okay, well, if the first problem in getting advice clients is this delivery doubt, not knowing what to deliver or what to say or what to put in the social media, what is the value that we can deliver to our market, whether in our marketing or our delivery. If there's delivery doubt, and then the promised land is a rock solid delivery, so a real certainty around what you're bringing to the market and how you're marketing, what would be the 3 steps to take the prospect from delivery doubt to rock solid delivery? And so for us, that becomes, well, perfect your avatar, get really clear on what your avatar is. After you've done that, step number 2 is empathize your offer. So now that you understand your avatar, let's frame the offer in terms of what are their real hot button triggers. And that's often towards and away from goals, and really understanding the emotions behind those. And then finally, once those first 2 pieces are in place, we can alchemize your system. And so that means really focus in on the 20% of value on the 20% of deliverable that generates the 80% of value. Often that means de-scoping your service a bit so that you can really systemize your delivery and bring that to market at scale, whether you want to generate revenue from that or just use it for significantly increased marketing results. So just that, this gives you an idea of what is at the heart of our system. Once we've got this framework laid out, it becomes very easy to create the 7-figure advice model. And this is one of the things that we do with a lot of our clients, is work on helping you design this model for yourself. Now, we've gone through the attract phase. When we look at the connect phase, this begins with a fine-tuned funnel. Now that's basically the key to scale, because every lead that comes in, we need to do 3 things with those leads. And to understand, let's take a look at Dean Jackson's client readiness matrix. This is a really powerful insight. And Dean Jackson basically identified that every lead that comes into your funnel, of, let's say, any batch of 100 leads, 5% are going to be ready to buy either right now or sometime between now and the next 90 days, or the short term. Then there's another 35% who aren't ready now. They aren't ready in that period, but they will be ready to buy in the next 3 to 12 months. So they're that sort of mid to long term market, and they're going to do a lot of research. They're going to do a lot of checking out. They may not even have problems that kind of trigger their buying decision yet, but they are there for the long term. And so we need a system that deals with both of these 2 elements, the 5% ready to go now, the 35% not ready. And then there's a third element we need to engineer the system to handle, and that's the 60% of all of your leads who will never be ready or suitable for your service. And so we need to develop a system that addresses each of these 3 elements on autopilot, so you're not stuck and your team's not stuck following up and wasting face time on unqualified or unsuitable leads, and just being generally inefficient and wondering why you're not really closing many sales. And so the key to that in our system is the 7-figure advice funnel. And the 7-figure advice funnel, if we come down to this 3rd row down here, these are the pages of your funnel. And so each of these pages addresses one of those 3 areas, the 5% of hot, the 35% mid to long term, and the 60% of tire kickers. And so if we look at our traffic source at the far left here, they land on the opt-in page, and the opt-in page grabs the name and the email address. And we've all seen those, and then they provide those things and they click to get their lead magnet or whatever it is. Now that grabbing of the email address and the name, that is getting you in a position to deal with that mid to long term. So you can just keep continually sending those touch points and dealing with them. Now, once they've submitted their details and got their lead magnet, next you take them to the next page where we have the authority amplifier, and you can see the play icon in the circle there. Now that's where you're going to upsell that 5% who are hot to go now. And it's critical to include this in your funnel because otherwise you're just leaving so much money on the table, because that 5% will click, and they'll click to watch the video, and they might then click to watch other videos, and ultimately they will click, some of them will click on your immediate offer. And then that brings them through to the next stage, which is the prospect filter. And that's a questionnaire where you assess their readiness and their suitability for your service. And ultimately, if they're in that 60%, you disqualify them. So there are questions in there that just don't let them proceed to the point where they're going to waste your team's time. Next step is the fast track call, and then is the new client. So this is the system. Just this is a sort of a general model of how it works, and we create the ideal system depending on what the client offers and what their insight is and what their expertise is and who their niche is and what their problems are and their pains and their ambitions and aspirations, etc. But this, in a nutshell, is the seven-figure advice funnel that you have to have in place if you want to really scale. Now, to take it the next step, looking at that 35% who will be ready in the next 3 to 12 months, this is some really interesting data that came from Microsoft, where they identified that it takes 7 to 13 successful touches, so that's contacts, to turn a prospect into a customer. And it's really interesting to look at the stats here around what percentage of salespeople have given up by contact one. Half of them never even follow up again. And so then by the time we get to contact number 4, you've got 89% of salespeople have given up. They just haven't even bothered to follow up. Now, the key here is all of this. Ultimately, you want to be in that thin sliver that are sending the contact 11, contact 12, and contact 13 to get the customer. And the key here is to put that on autopilot. And so looking back at our model, this automate authority piece is all about putting that on autopilot. So you've constantly got emails going out at the right pace or cadence, perhaps once a week, and they're sharing things like frequently asked questions and case studies, success stories, maybe some backstories, and just addressing client concerns and providing value and insight and just generating that trust and authority over the long haul as you get to that 13 plus touch points. Now, the key, if you really want to scale your business, is, well, what happens during that long-term outreach and follow-up and nurture? What happens if they're interested? Well, the key is in those emails, you're constantly offering an invitation to take the next step and come back deeper into your funnel. And so that might be a strategy session, or it might be some kind of information product. Whatever it is, you have to offer that within your automated system, and you have to have the structures in place to automate their return into your orbit. So, for example, here, if we look at this framework, we have the traffic in the top left hand, and then that leads to registering for a mini questionnaire. So let's think of traffic as being leads that we're emailing with our automated system. So they see an offer they like, and they've been getting emails from us for a few months now. So they click on the offer and they come in and they register, let's say, for an information session. They fill in a mini questionnaire and they qualify. And then maybe we send them a few indoctrination pieces to build that know, like, and trust. We'll put them into the calendar on autopilot. We might have a couple of videos that warm them up and prepare them for the meeting, and then they turn up for the 15-minute Q&A, which is just to qualify and convert them to get them ready for a second full information session or sales session. And all of this has been done on autopilot. None of your people have had to pick up the phone or send an email or write a text. It's all done automatically. And then on this 15-minute Q&A, obviously somebody shows up and does the call. If they qualify, they book them in for the next event. And so then that triggers a number of other automations. So if they don't show up, or if they do show up but they don't schedule a sales call, or if they do show up and they did schedule a sales call, then different pathways get triggered. If they're a no-show, they get an email to reschedule. If they did show but didn't schedule the appointment, then they come into the long-term list and continue the cycle. If they did schedule a sales presentation, then they turn up for the sales presentation and either become a client or not. And so when you're doing all of this on autopilot, then you have a really powerful system that is the key piece to scaling, the key piece to making sure that your digital leads from whatever source are delivering the right ROI for you. Now, by all means, you can take these ideas and you can implement them yourself. I really wanted to give you a strategy today that you can use, and I think I think if you put this in place, what I've laid out today, you'll really get superior results to whatever you might be doing currently. But I also want to say that delivering this all for you is where we come in. So I'd like to introduce the Seven Figure Advice Program. This is the most cutting edge system to help you adapt during the economic recession so that you can survive, thrive, and continue to grow your business. Most importantly, this is the opportunity that advisors, consultants, and service experts have been waiting for to emerge as leaders in their communities during these challenging times and serve more people and add more value than you ever have before. Now, you might be wondering, well, this sounds great and all, and Trent's obviously delivered results for global corporations and bigger financial and professional services, but has it worked for smaller businesses? And the fact is, regardless the size of your business, we're all working with the same internet, the same screen sizes, and the same human motivators. And that's why these systems and strategies are delivering results for businesses of all sizes. So, for example, this is Cameron. Cameron's online small business lender initially thrived in a low interest environment, but over time, the usual strategies lost ROI. Ads became more expensive, and old SEO tactics no longer delivered that same traffic. Our team revamped the SEO, the PPC, and the content strategies of Cameron's lender, creating more niche specific, emotionally resonant offers that aligned with the target market's real wants and frustrations. As a result, within 6 months, Cameron's business saw a 160% year on year growth in traffic and a 100% increase in conversions, regaining their competitive edge. Now, Santander Bank had something similar. Santander UK was struggling to take market share from the larger UK banks, and customers were reluctant to switch due to the paperwork and time costs involved. I collaborated with Engine Agency in the UK to develop a campaign targeting two key segments: a switching concierge service for the time poor, high net worth individuals, and a £100 cash incentive for the cash poor, time rich segment, addressing their specific pain points. The result was the Time to Switch campaign, which saw a surge in new account openings, winning the Financial Marketing Week Engage Award, and it continues to deliver results for Santander year after year. More than that, this is Justin. Now, Justin's consultancy specialized in business financial protection kits, with workshops as one of his best sales channels. While the workshops had untapped potential, Justin wasn't sure how to increase attendance and conversions. So we revamped the communication strategy before and after the workshops, implementing what we call the workshop superstar approach, crafting compelling invites that highlighted value and urgency, optimizing follow-up messages to address objections, and enhancing workshop content and delivery for a seamless attendee experience. The transformation led to significantly higher attendance and conversions, with lead generation increasing by over 200% within 6 months. And something similar happened with Noble Loans. So this small business lender was struggling to stand out against larger competitors, and they were chasing a very broad market, lots of different customer types and not a really defined niche. And this led to weak resonance with any specific niche. So our agency team helped Noble Loans to perfect their ideal customer avatar, allowing them to target a smaller, more defined sector where they could dominate and maximize ROI. In just 6 months, Noble Loans experienced a 541% increase in web traffic and a corresponding boost in new clients. And similarly, HSBC's Everyday Money campaign. In Australia, HSBC was developing a co-branded credit card with Woolworths, and the bank knew who their avatar was, but they had no past experience or data to guide them on engaging this new Woolworths market. I conducted in-depth research identifying what the target audience values, and this allowed us to refine the offer, the messaging, and the language to resonate with this demographic, ensuring the campaign aligned with their financial priorities and motivations. As a result, the campaign was a huge success, winning the Search Marketing Award at the IDB Awards. So while there are obviously differences of scale between the big brands and the smaller operators that we've seen today, you can see how these strategies help you win no matter what size you are. So for all of our clients, the critical element is that we're able to unlock that unique and valuable expertise inside their organization and harness it effectively so it becomes your marketing secret weapon. And if I don't think that you have that unique and valuable expertise for us to unlock and work with, I wouldn't even invite you to work with us. And let me explain why that is. So let's dive into the Advice Advantage system that's helping advisors, consultants, and experts to capitalize on the upcoming recession by saving them money and delivering new clients like clockwork during these financially uncertain times. Now, it comes back, as we've already seen, to the seven-figure advice model. This really underpins everything we do. And now this piece here, the attract piece, with the perfect avatar, the empathize offer, and the alchemize system, this is your foundation, and you need to have this dialed in before the connect and the lead pieces can really take off. So at the heart of what we do, the foundation is what we call the advice alchemy method. And so this is where we're going to design your own scalable advice system. The Alchemized system frameworks, the trainings, and the support that you need are going to be there for you to help you decide what to offer your market in a way that lets you grow fast. This includes proven step-by-step processes for converting your advice or expertise into a scalable online program, either for revenue, so a bolt-on revenue stream from selling this online program, or simply giving it away for a really high-powered marketing campaign and strategy. Ultimately, you'll create additional revenue streams or simply market your current services irresistibly online. Now, on top of that, we have the Advice Advantage paid ad system. This is where we'll design the Advice Alchemy special offers that we extract from your Genius model system, and we'll use these special offers as the entry point into your sales funnel, whether it be from Facebook ads or Google or Insta, wherever we decide is the best place for you to run the paid ads campaign. So we'll create the high quality client ads, and obviously we'll be testing, A/B testing different approaches and working and reworking what works best. We'll generate new campaigns when your local leads dry up. All of these campaigns are tailored to you, to your business, and to your advice. And obviously there's weekly monitoring and optimization. So we're constantly improving and using the data that we collect to make your campaigns better. Now, the system, as I said, is built on Dean Jackson's client readiness matrix. The key thing for us to look at is this 60% who are never going to be ready or suitable, because that's a huge opportunity cost. If you're not automatically filtering those out, then you're wasting a huge amount of your team's time, and that's costing your company a lot. So let's take a look at the system that we create to make sure we're doing that. If we come back here to the seven-figure advice funnel, this is the system that we design for each of our clients to make sure that we're hitting each of those three key areas. So let's start with that 60%. And what we use here is a pre-qualifying needs assessment. So this not only heats up the leads by having them commit again, filling in a 6 to 9 question survey, but all these questions are customizable. The prospects make 3 commitments: to take an action, to book an appointment, and to show up. And critically, we're going to ask a few customized questions so that we know what are the triggers that disqualify clients before anyone in your team even has to waste time talking to them. And so we need a system that removes the time wasters and the tire kickers up front. Now, the next piece of Jackson's readiness matrix that we look at is this 5% who are ready to buy right now. And again, so many of the clients that we see before they come to us, they're leaving all this money on the table because they just don't have that upsell in place. And so what we do is we have the easy schedule and optional pay page. We give that 5% of clients, prospects, the option to pay for an online before they show up to a meeting, and we're going to offer them something of real value so that 5% that are ready to go now, they have something they can buy now. They have something that they can commit to you on, and that really deepens the relationship very fast and makes sure you're capturing your highest ROI prospects. We have an appointment payment system that connects directly to your bank account through Stripe. So we'll give you the custom payment link for that. We have the pages are all going to be tailored to your business. And then we recommend that you provide some kind of greater value to incentivize that prepay so that your prospects are actually committed financially, even if it's a small figure, $20 or $50. It might be a scaled hybrid offer derived from your advice, or it might be some sort of high value takeaway. So maybe a personalized report that might be based around, say, the first phase of your three-phase system. But we can work that through with you when we're designing this system. Now, in order for us to make the most of your advertising spend, we have a full transparency ROI tracker. This tracks your ROI to the dollar and the day, so that you know exactly how your campaigns are performing, and we know exactly where to optimize for constantly improved ROI. Now, we come back to Gene Jackson's client readiness matrix, and we're going to take a look at this 35% who will be ready to buy in the next 3 to 12 months. But really, if we think back to the Microsoft data, you have to have that 7 to 13 successful touches for you to be turning those long-term, mid to long-term leads into customers. And so how we do that is with the follow-up automation software. And so we've got the whole systems set up. It's everything you need to start automatic conversations without lifting a finger. So that's long-term email nurturing sequences, long-term text nurturing sequences, as well as a host of other elements like voice drops, where you have a pre-recorded voice message that goes straight to their phone messaging system, or scheduling systems and campaigns to put all on autopilot. So when you're sending emails out, it's easy for people to book in a call, to schedule themselves in, to answer the questions, qualify themselves without anyone in your team wasting a second in dealing with it all. Now, some clients just want our done-for-you system, and that's fine, and we can offer that. But we know our clients get the best transformation when we combine our done-for-you agency service with a 360-degree done-with-you framework. And that begins with the next step, which is the Advice Advantage Academy. This is where you can access your own library of online trainings to ensure you're implementing the foundational systems and dominating your market. So when you come on board as one of our agency clients, you get access to all of these done with you elements as well. And it begins here with the Advice Advantage Academy first 3 modules. So module 1 is Perfect Avatar. And this, as I mentioned, is the training to identify your most profitable niche. Module number 2 is Empathize Offer. Training here to make your offers irresistible to your market by really touching on those emotional elements and those decision triggers. And then module number 3 is Alchemize System, to help you create your own simple, scalable signature system like the Genius model that I took you through earlier. Now, as well as these training module, well, in fact, let's take a look at the format here. So every module comes with a video. There's going to be a series of videos associated with the module. So here we can see in the Perfect Avatar, we have the why, the what, the how, and the FAQs, so that when you have questions around any of the trainings, a lot of the answers are already there for you. Now, we also have any files that are appropriate. So the worksheets, the checklists, the downloads, the PDFs, all there, available for you 24/7 as part of this Done With You training. On top of that, you get the Advice Advantage Toolkit. Now, that means the Advice Advantage over the phone scripts, the Advice Advantage over text scripts, and the Advice Advantage Objection Obliterator Matrix. And these are all designed to help you sell, to market and sell using your Genius model. So using your own unique expertise and insight as your marketing and your sales tools. These frameworks and scripts are designed around that principle, so it becomes really easy for you to do that. Now, not only are you going to get this information and training and support at your fingertips to review and use whenever you need it, but we think it's really important as well that we have a community built around this. So it's not just you working alone, it's a community of peers all pursuing the same thing. So we have the access to the 24/7 private Facebook group. This is the Advice Advantage Fast Track Mastermind. So this is where you get community support. We'll have weekly live coaching calls to get your questions answered and finesse your strategies. So any questions you have around any of the 9 steps of our framework, or particularly around that attract piece, we work through those so that you're really evolving your systems beyond what we're delivering for you in our agency services. You get to connect with peers for mutual feedback, support, accountability, insight, and inspiration. Get questions answered by my team, by myself, and by, of course, other mastermind members. Now, they say, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And so that's really what this is. It's a group of business builders and leaders all working on the same projects as you. So that's why we share resources, we share the wins, and we share the losses openly. And the result is that you get to tap into the collective experience of the community. So instead of blindly searching through the solution space of how to grow your company, whether it's an advisory or consultancy or whatever, and instead of the merry-go-round of chasing that next shiny object constantly, you get the leverage to leverage your peers' experiences, their wins, their failures, insights, and inspiration, so you get to shorten your learning curve even further. Now, I mentioned the live coaching calls. These are really a key part. So you're going to join live weekly coaching calls to make sure you're getting the most from this program. And this is where we're going to go through, again, the calls are structured. Generally, it's me delivering these. Occasionally, I'll bring on either my coaches or other experts who specialize in different areas. But we'll typically choose one of the 9 steps each week, and we'll be going through those steps. But of course, your questions can be around any element in our system. And so we have special formats for questions to be asked. And the idea here is that generally the questions that one person in the community is asking, those answers are going to be helping a whole lot of other people in the community too. And so it's hugely valuable to show up, even if you don't have questions, just to get an idea of what are the questions being asked, what are the challenges people are facing, and what are the solutions that are getting great results. Now, speaking of which, as part of this program, you're also going to get one-on-one consulting with me. Now, this is typically $2,000 for the full strategy session consult. You're going to get this for free so that as soon as you come on board, we're going to get on a call and we're going to work out exactly, what is your market, what is your business structure, and how can we best help you to utilize my genius model framework, my 7-figure framework, so that we can get you, onto the fast track, hit the ground running in the group. We can get our campaigns really dialed in for your business so that our ads are generating results as quickly as possible. So on top of that, well, let's just take a look through what we have so far. So the Advice Advantage system includes the Advice Advantage paid ad system. That's $4,000 in value at least. The follow-up automation software that puts so much of your engagement on autopilot, $2,500 at least again. The pre-appointment needs assessment, so that's not only the questionnaire, but then all the automated elements that go with it. $1,000 in value, the Easy Pay online platform and personal link, another $1,000 there. The Advice Advantage Academy, which you're going to have access to 24/7, $1,997 value. The Advice Advantage Toolkit to help you sell on the phone, through text, and also to obliterate the objections that typically come up around an advice or expertise sale. And so that's the toolkit, $997 value. On top of that, there's the Advice Advantage Fast Track Mastermind. So the online community, you're going to have access to that. That's at least $4,000 in value with the group of other clients and like minds all collaborating together, and myself and my team getting involved, and just lots of engagement in that private community. On top of that, the ads ROI calculator, $297 value. And then, of course, the one-on-one consulting call with me for free, $2,000 value. So there's a lot of value there already. On top of that, we're going to throw in a bonus. Bonus number 1 is the client reactivation campaign. Now, this is completely plug and play. What I mean by that is you don't have to do anything. You just provide us with your list, your database of old clients or leads that haven't responded yet. And our system's just going to do the rest for you. It's plug and play. So this system is going to reactivate old clients. It's going to convert non-responsive leads, and it's going to basically mine the gold that's hidden in your lists, all without you lifting a finger. We like to have this as a bonus so that as soon as you come on board, you get quite a significant ROI. Just in the first few weeks, we're gonna see real results from this. Now, bonus number two is the Google review campaign. Again, this is plug and play. Depending on the size of your list, it typically secures between 30 to 150 new Google reviews. And the key here is that we have this automated campaign that's going to identify the delighted clients who loved your work, and then turn your past clients into vocal supporters, capturing ideally their reviews, at least their ratings, and all of it without you lifting a finger. So this can be really powerful in just raising your brand value and awareness and trustworthiness in your market. So then on top of that, we have another bonus. Now, this is going to be a discount. This isn't going to appeal to everybody. But if you're a business of a certain size and you have some fairly ambitious targets, or you simply want to make sure that you're in the strongest position as the market maybe becomes a bit more tough and challenging, we have these 4 packs on the private consults with me. So instead of the $2,000 for the consult, that's 60% off, $790 per private consult with me. It's a pack of 4. Now you can have those one a week. Is the maximum? Is sort of, yeah, you can have one a week is the max, or you might just want one a month. Just so you've got that check-in time. There may be a wait list, so this is depending subject to availability. But if you want to be moving fast, that's obviously going to be a very valuable bonus there for you, for a value of up to $4,800 a month. Plus, when you sign up today, so this isn't an ongoing bonus, this is just for those who take action today. When you sign up, you get bonus 3, which is the missed call text back. Again, this is plug and play. So those missed calls that so many businesses get, but because people are busy on other calls, serving clients, et cetera, they just don't call the prospect back straight away. Now, the thing is, these are your hottest leads, the ones that have called you. They're your hottest leads, but if you miss the call, the first thing they're doing next is Googling your competitor, generally within minutes. Because they're ready to make a call, and they've got your competitors at the touch of their screen. Statistically, 85% of those prospects who can't reach you the first time won't try again because they'll find somebody else. Now, if you respond to these missed calls as soon as you miss them with a customizable message template and an AI chat to engage them, you're going to be making sure that you keep them in the loop with you instead of going elsewhere. And that's what this bonus is going to provide you. Hugely valuable because it lets you do this without lifting a finger. So that's the bonus number 3, only when you sign up with us today. On top of that, when you sign up today, you're going to get access to our 7-figure plan key templates. So this is the full 7-figure plan training. That's a 3-hour training along with the 72-page workbook full of tools and worksheets to help you to implement the 7-figure plan. This is the foundation of our longer-term coaching program, and we've basically taken out the key elements. We've kind of cherry picked them for you so that we can help you get great results when you're a client of our agency. So what that means is the 3 classic frameworks that you're going to get are the daily lead accelerator frameworks, the weekly client engine templates and frameworks, and the rally tribe. So the daily lead accelerator is really how to convert those leads fast by nurturing and warming them up really quickly using our systems. The weekly client engine is a specific framework that we share with our clients that's going to show you how to get massive leverage on a little bit of effort each week, so that you're turning leads every day into clients every week, and we'll give you the frameworks to help you achieve that. And then the Rally Tribe frameworks, that's a little bit more advanced, but a lot of clients are loving this now, and it's really about building your tribe, building your community around your unique advice or expertise. And so you're going to have access to all of those as well. You're basically going to get to use the key pieces of our 7-figure advice system. Plus, we're going to pay you as well. Let us pay you in our referral program. So for every new client that you refer to us, we're going to send you $500 per month, and you receive that for as long as they stay with us. There's no limit. So for one referral, that's $500 a month or $6,000 a year. If you bring us 2 referrals, that's $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year. 5 referrals, 2,500 a month, 30,000 a year. And let's say you're a super active networker, you bring us 20 referrals, that's $10,000 a month or $120,000 a year. And so we'd love you to get involved in our referral program where we both get to win and move forwards together. Now, that all being said, let me tell you about the Have a Go guarantee because I want to make sure you have a go. So now we guarantee that you'll get 100 new client opportunities in the first 90 days, or we'll waive the next month's fees, and then we'll waive the next month, and we'll waive the next until you hit that 100. Now, we know that if you're getting 100 client opportunities with the help of our team, with the help of our frameworks and our scripts, we know you're going to be hitting that key 20 to 30K a month within 90 days. Now, plus, on top of this, I'm going to throw in $100 for an avocado breakfast for you and your team on me if we haven't hit that target within the first 90 days. So that's the Have a Go guarantee right there. Now, to bring it all together, you've got the Advice Advantage system. We've gone through all that value. So what's that? That's a total of 4, 2.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9, 10.5, 11.5, 14.5, 14,750, 15, 16,750 value right there in the Advice Advantage system, plus the bonuses 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16,000 dollars worth of value potentially there. If you're going to take the one-on-one consult calls as well, that adds huge value. So massive value right there. At this point, you've got two choices. So choice number one, you continue doing what you've been doing. You keep getting the same results. You likely see those results decline over time as the economy continues to falter. Or choice number two, you adapt, you take the leap, you grow your business, and you put your advice and expertise into the hands of many more people right when they need it, right when the world's starting to become a bit more precarious for a lot of people. They're your two choices. So, what's the investment? Now, many of my clients, as I mentioned, were very large corporate clients. And so we did a lot of work on huge campaigns and huge budgets. So, for example, agency services, campaigns and trainings geared to optimize how corporations leverage their expertise. They were paying in excess of $100,000. Obviously, that was often hundreds of thousands of dollars for those services. But of course, you'll pay nothing like that because today it's a fraction of that. Now, it's usually $4,497, so $4,497 per month on anything under $2,000 monthly ad spend, which is probably plenty for you to get started and see the results, with a one-time setup fee of just $2,500. That's our usual cost, very affordable for the results that we're going to deliver. Now, if we get started right now, i.e. on this call, you're going to pay only $3,497, so $3,497 per month. That's $1,000 less every month on a under $2,000 minimum ad spend. And on top of that, we're going to pay 100% of your setup fee. So we're going to eat that $2,500 just to make this a very powerful, very compelling invitation for you to get started today on this discounted rate. Now, subscription is quarterly payments. So it's every 3 months. So you do pay for the 3 months in advance, or there are discounts for 6 months or 12 months payment up front. So it's a 5% discount for 6 months up front, or a 10% discount if you pay the full year up front. Now, if that's something you need to talk about with some of your other decision makers, or critical members, or maybe significant other, whoever it is, that's fine. We can take a $100 fully refundable deposit and hold the place for you for 72 hours, so you'll still get access to that exceptional pricing for the fast actors for 72 hours. So if you want to think about it, that's fine. Just give us the deposit and come back to us within 72 hours. We'll schedule a follow-up call and you can decide on moving forward, or else we'll give you the full refund of your deposit. We also have an invite-only payment plan. So if finances are an issue, we are able to offer a payment plan on your first investment of $19.97 today and $19.97 in 2 weeks with a fortnightly contract, or $9.97 a week with a weekly payment contract. Now, this is only available to those who we believe truly need this. So if you really do have tight finances, we can definitely put this together for you. And if you're willing to commit to our program, even if finances are tight. So that all being said, let's look at the path to success. So it's the campaign setup and launch sequence. Basically starts with the intro call, the game plan. So we've really done the game plan today. We've given this to you. Once you come on board today, then the next step in the next 5 to 7 days, we're going to do a success workshop where we're going to get really clear on what success looks like for you, and get really clear on your business, your structure, your market, your expertise and advice. And we're gonna map that journey out in the success workshop. And then a few days after that, we've got the system green light. So we'll have mapped out your ads, we'll have mapped out your whole automation system. And then a few days after that, we've got the launch call. So at that point, you've approved the ads and approved the system, or you need some tweaks, and we slow things down a little bit to get things just right for you. But then we get that launch call done. After that, you give us the green light. And then a few days after that, we've got the mastermind with me. You can start asking your questions. You're in the group, you're getting the feedback, and we are going hell for leather to implement all of these strategies to help you to dominate in your market. So that is the plan. I hope this has given you some really great insight. Feel free to take these ideas and run with them yourself, or ideally, let us help you out. You're going to see the link on the next page, and or click the link under this video. You'll have access to just get started right now and get this amazing pricing. Or you can just pay the deposit and we'll hold that pricing for you 72 hours. So thanks for your time. I hope this has been really valuable for you. I'm sure if you put it into practice, you'll find that it is. And lots of love. Talk to you soon.